like my opening statement. So some of this will be repetitious, but it's such a, it is just so frustrating to even have to talk about closing the border. The fact that that even has to be stated, it is just stating the obvious. Like I said, this is one of the actual enumerated powers that the federal government does have. This is one of the things that the federal government is actually supposed to do, and they don't do it. It's because they're too busy doing a lot of other things, telling us what to do and how to live our lives and what to do. So, first off, the border needs to be closed. We just can't afford it financially. It's in the Constitution. It is the law as it's written. Nothing needs to be changed about that. As far as closing the border, the actual mechanics of that, that's something that we do work with the Border Patrol, we work with the ranchers, we work with the landowners, we work with the people that live and work on the border and have them help us design a secure border. Because to sit in Washington, D.C. and say, just do this and it'll be fine, it's not going to work. We need to work with the people who are there, who are on scene, who know what's going to work, who know whether a wall's going to work, or a machine gun nest is going to work, or an alligator-filled boat is going to work. My personal favorite. Just think about it. We endangered alligators too, right? We're doing some good for the alligator. Well, anyway, as far as the anchor babies, that is a big issue. And we are the only country on earth that really does have that grants that right to invaders. That if you come to our country and you have a child, that child is now one of us. I don't think we want that. And I don't think that it's that unclear. I know the other side has been turning to the Constitution and saying, well, it's obvious, it's stated there. No, it's not quite that obvious. It's not that obvious at all. And I think ultimately it's up to us, the people, to make sure that our wishes are honored. Thank you, candidate.
I've already addressed this problem as a candidate. I've gone down to the border. I've walked in with the Border Patrol. I've watched the Border Patrol agents show me how the illegal immigrants come over the fence. I have a 7-point Border Patrol plan. It's on my website, bradleybeauchamp.com. I submitted it to the Border Patrol, and the Tucson Sector Border Patrol agents endorsed my candidacy because of my plan. It calls for a double fence. You've got a 50-foot easement on the federal border. International borders have a 50-foot easement. Calls for a wall on the border, and 50 feet in is a second wall. So when the illegal immigrants with their truckloads of narcotics coming into our country to go into our schools, they cut the first fence with an acetylene torch, weld hinges and handles, and swing it open like a garage door. They drive the truck right underneath it. The double fence prevents that. More Border Patrol agents to be monitoring the borders is what we needed. The unmanned aerial vehicles don't work. The Border Patrol wants helicopters. My plan calls for helicopters, and helicopters can do 300% more efficiency at half the cost of an unmanned aerial vehicle. My plan has common sense, realistic goals on how to secure the border, and it was done with the help of the people who know it best. The people who chew that dirt every single day, doing the job that they do to make us safe and to make us secure. And the 14th Amendment was grossly misinterpreted by the United States Supreme Court. The 14th Amendment clearly states in there that its intent was not to give citizenship to illegal immigrants who come to our country and give birth, but rather to give civil rights and citizenship to the children of the former slaves. Up to the age of 11, a slave was not considered property. They had no identification whatsoever. The 14th Amendment realized that, and that's why it's only the first couple lines of the 14th Amendment that deals with what we now call anchor babies. And it was to give citizenship to those children who were not slaves and were not citizens. They were born of property, unfortunately, not of people. Thank you very much. And the Constitution's Article 4, Section 4, that dictates it's the government's job to protect our borders, keep us from invasion.
Illegal immigration is illegal. It's a very simple statement, but it's true. We have the technology. We have the plans. Bradley Beauchamp's got a plan. The cattlemen have a great plan. We have the technology. Congressman Duncan Hunter, who built the border fence south of his district in San Diego, proved that it worked. The double-layer border fence with a high-speed border patrol between them cut the overall crime rate in San Diego by 50%. it cut the smuggling of